It's
Contra!
Contra on
Konami! Get it away from me!
Jova, come on, don't be so extremely prejudiced. It's an old Konami game.
And I used the cheat code because I kind of had to.
You don't understand, Teo. You see, recently, Jova got his third most hated character of all time from a Konami game. So,
What do you mean?
Dr. Lautrec.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Pedro, I have a bit of a confession to make. It's like, well, ever since that last part that actually gave Dr. Trek something of a likable personality, I've officially retired him from my most hated characters list, and instead he has been replaced by Carly Cooper.
Well, he is gonna get. Well, there is gonna be more thing. There is gonna be the second part of his backstory with Claude, and there's also gonna be another thing regarding him and Sophie. So I guess maybe you'll have that too.
Jova, who's Carly Cooper?
Oh, she's a Mary Sue from Amazing Spider-Man.
Anyway, Darkstar, could you talk about what Contra is?
Oh yeah,
Contra is basically Konami's answer to all the 80s action movie stereotypes that were going on at the time. So basically, this is the perfect game for Michael Bay to make a movie out of.
You know, I just realized something. So this fused with Sonic the Hedgehog is what you, fused to make Tembo the badass elephant.
Pretty much.
I mean, it's from Sega, although shouldn't we include a Pokemon in there as well, considering Game Freak developed it?
Hence the elephant, I guess.
Maybe.
But yeah.
The 5-ton elephant in the room?
Boo.
Anywho, but yeah, alright. Basically, Carly Cooper was the supposed love interest for Spider-Man after One More Day, meant to try and replace Mary Jane.
And she was actually named after Joe Quesada's nephew or something.
No, his daughter. Didn't help.
Oh, you actually died.
Yeah.
I have to use the 30 lives cheat. I have to.
Yeah, no, well, Darkstar, it's the Konami code, therefore it's not a cheat.
It's a way of life, honestly, at this point. It's just a rule.
Up, down,
Okay, I'm gonna guess. Okay, I'm gonna try and make up my own story for this game.
It's Commando. It's basically Commando, the game.
Yeah,
The year is 1985. I heard of fucking...
ugly fucking aliens.
You're fighting an
Send the
alien terrorist organization.
Washington crime rate has skyrocketed. Washington is ruined. Therefore, the Washington government called Arnold Schwarzenegger's relative Hip for the massacre of the Greens. Hip is a killer machine. Wipe out all 1.2 billion of the green aliens. However, in mainland America, there was a secret project in progress. A project to transform the deceased Dennis Hopper into an ultimate weapon.
Poor Dennis Hopper, come on.
I'm on the fly here.
You die in one hit in this one.
But yeah, basically, Contra, it's basically Rambo versus Alien, pretty much, and evil computers. But it was revolutionary because it was actually a competent shooter for the NES, and trust me, it was a fucking gem in the shitfest that was the NES library of terrible shooter games. Mostly because the revolutionary thing was that you could shoot in every single direction. And you had a lot of mobility, so if you died, it was just your fault. It wasn't the game being cheap on your ass. That being said, there are a lot of bullets and other stuff coming from you, so it's not like the game is easy or anything.
How many lives do you have if you don't use the code?
3 or 4 or something.
3.
However, you still die in one hit.
Yep.
Games that you die in one hit. So, oh yeah, that reminds me, guys. You're not gonna. Isn't there a mode in DMC that kills you in one hit?
It's been a staple for the whole series. It's called Hell or Hell. There is even Heaven or Hell. Oh no, it's called Heaven or Hell. Hell or Hell, it's basically Heaven or Hell is everyone dies in one hit, including you and the enemies. Hell or Hell, it's basically the enemy staying the same, but you can die in one hit. It's basically Ghost and Goblins mode, pretty much.
So yeah, don't expect me to be doing that mode.
Oh no, they're both
or in any game for that matter.
Oh no!
Honestly, Dibs, the less of DMC the reboot, the better. So by all means, go with the ones that does not give you one hit.
Well, again, David, like I said, I plan to,
Oh, I know.
tweak it as we go on.
I know. And I actually appreciate that. So you're going to basically Dibs is going to be playing the We're Sorry version of DMC the reboot.
Yeah.
But as I go on, I will slowly add other bits to it. Because, with the PS4 version, you can,
Exactly. You told me that, well, basically you're going to start off with a default DMC reboot, but
Holy
slowly
shit.
but slightly you're going to convert it to the more
nitrous
older and
oxide
more
cousin.
classic gameplay.
That is creepy for NES
What
standards.
the hell is that?
Alien Queen or
Please.
something.
Please, that's
It
nothing. You guys, please, that's
It
nothing.
looks
You
like
guys,
nitrous oxide's cousin.
that's nothing. That's nothing, Dwebs. You should have been there when we originally did Getsu Fima Den. Now
Getsu
that
Fima
was a
Den,
crazy
yeah.
fight.
Ow. So yeah, also I think we should mention, even though it's pretty renowned for, Contra is basically known for having a brilliant co-op system. Basically, you get all the privileges, even for the second player, but you can also make his life a living hell, especially in the side-scrolling stage, because the screen goes up with one player, and if the other player gets in the bottom, it's very basically screwed. However, this game is very fun to play in co-op. I actually tried it once.
So this game is kind of like the new Super Mario Brothers of the 80s.
Kinda.
Eh?
Well, not really.
To be fair, there's a
not
lot of
really,
games that co-op around the time.
The new Super Mario Bros. It has a co-op system that basically a platformer. This is a platform with shooting mechanics. Think of it more like Metal Slug.
I've never heard of Metal
I
Slug.
still need to play those.
Really, Dibs? It's one of the most famous arcade games ever made by SNK.
I've never heard of it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Go back to the 90s right now.
So let me get this straight,
How
Dibs.
dare you?
Let me get this straight, Dibs. Not only are you the only one of us in the group that's not a PlayStation baby who didn't own Crash freaking Bandicoot,
I
but
had
you also
Crash
have
2
never
and
heard of
3.
Metal Slug. But not the original Crash Bandicoot? Heresy.
I'm actually quite a heretic on this one. I actually like the DMC reboot. I'm probably the only one here that does.
Like I said, Dibs,
That's so
look.
preposterous.
Okay.
It's closely related to Damien Thorne from The Omen.
Haven't we gotten into this argument a million times now by then? About the fact that Dwebs likes the reboot, and we all explain why we don't like it. Like we've been through this. Let's just
Yeah. Besides,
wasn't
Limbs is the same person who wastes his money on bad movies, so...
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
bad games. Bubsy.
I wasn't going to try and argue. I'm just saying it's like, well, no. What I'm saying is like, well, I can see. It's like, well, okay, look, like I said, as much as I hate that reboot, I can see why you, a newcomer, would like it, per se.
Anyway,
I mean, don't
another
get me wrong,
thing...
it's a fun game. The story
another-
just sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Another
but then again,
thing
we
we
can't
should
play
explain
games.
about Contra is that it has a really interesting power-up system. Darkstar, you want to explain that?
Yes, collecting different power-ups will either give you a barrier that makes you invincible for a short amount of time or changes your gun. S equals spread gun, L is for laser, R is for rapid fire to make your guns faster, and I think M is for machine gun, and F is for fire.
Darkstar, for a
Yeah.
second there, I thought you were going to say one of them instantly kills you or something.
No, Dwebs, this is an actual fair Nintendo game. Well, a game for the NES, sorry.
Yeah.
So, personal question, guys. What's your favorite Konami code effect?
I like how
That's interesting.
I like how in the 2003 Ninja Turtles it would make the turtles make funny sound effects when they walked.
Is there a Konami code that blows up your console?
No, not really.
Worst
Well,
worst
I
code
think that's
ever.
a bad idea.
well, Dwebs, you might consider the Sega Saturn because you know how the Sega Saturn has a battery that you have to place like you would place a clock's battery in order to save your games. Well, basically, when you open your Sega Saturn and you see the battery there's a little warning thing he's saying, and I'm quoting here: danger. Warning. Danger of explosion if battery replaced incorrectly. Wait, so what you're telling me is that if I don't replace this perfectly, the fucking Saturn will explode?
No. That means Segata Sanshiro will come out of the console and beat the living shit out of you. Making you
I'm not even kidding. It says it right there with all those words. Danger of explosion. It says it right there.
Oh my
Well,
god.
hey, like all the kids we were back then, we probably fell for stuff like that.
As I've proven through my 3D Blast and Jam playthroughs, I do own a Sega Saturn, so
Sub-Zero battle Chuck Norris live.
so basically you can tell. So basically, you can argue that I actually have a bomb in my house. I just don't know how to activate it.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Pedro. You're officially now a terrorist.
Oh, glorious!
Oh yeah. Speaking of Jam, who's going to be doing the Gamecom version?
Sonic Jam. No, thank you.
What's the difference between that and the version Pedro did for the channel?
Gamecom is a really shitty handheld.
It's a shitty handheld that basically, Jova, it's the Sonic Gen. It's basically a Sonic Genesis version of all the Genesis Sonic games.
Oh, so that one's the compilation I remember hearing about. Well, I mean, what's the point of playing that? I mean, you might as well just do Sonic Genesis at that point.
Oh no, it's gonna come get me! It's gonna come get me! It's gonna kill me!
Not really.
Or they crap
I
in a
made it.
different way.
Okay.
There you go.
Darkstar, don't! You're wasting ammo.
I have infinite ammo. It's
Yeah,
just
remember
family.
this is an actual competent NES game.
You know,
So you
you
have
know, just
infinite family ammo.
It's so amazing how Konami managed to do things like this and Super Castlevania, making actual fair games but with still challenging difficulty, and yet so many other titles came very close but were unpolished, unfinished, or very cheap with the same things like Terminator or stuff like that.
People say today's games are always on.
No. The old NES, SNES, Genesis games.
Meanwhile, they're throwing.
Grenades. Those are grenades.
They look like those. They look like those lights that you bend to switch on.
You know, since we were talking earlier about the Konami code, am I the only one who was annoyed that the Konami code didn't show up in Metal Gear Solid 5?
Wait, it doesn't show up in Metal Gear Solid 5?
No, it
Nope,
doesn't.
I've tried. Nothing. Nada.
No, it doesn't.
How
It even-
do you even?
Dun, dun, dun.
It even showed up in
Eh.
Revenge, a spin-off. How do you mess that up?
My theory is that that was Kojima saying "fuck you" to Konami or something like that. I don't know.
I guess.
At
but
the expense of everyone else.
Come on, seriously, the Konami.
Okay,
We're now gonna bash on the game just because it doesn't have the Konami
Vibs,
code.
honestly,
I'm not
Konami-
bashing that. I'm just
Konami
saying
code is
it's like, well, that
usually-
sort of adds to
Vibs,
how-
the Konami code is usually used for comedic or bonus effects that are not influent in the game
Like how in
itself. so,
Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance, it lets you turn into 8-bit Simon Belmont
yeah.
for
I
boss
don't
rush
remember
mode.
what it does in the Lords of Shadow reboot, but it does something. I can't remember exactly what it is.
Oh, that basically lets the player get a cheat menu at the extra points.
I remember in when EGOT started his Kickstarter for the Castlevania
Bloodstained.
Spiritual Success, the Bloodstained, yeah. If you try to input the Konami code, he said something like, "You think that will work here?"
Yeah.
Is he
I mean-
trying to be Kojima?
Well, okay.
Oh, he loves to
Oh,
be.
but Dwibs. But Dwibs, what are you talking about? Kojima totally still works at Konami, which is
He's
what
just
Kojima
in
himself
vacation.
said.
He's on vacation, Jova.
And yes, audience, Konami actually did recently say that, after Kojima's own farewell party, that, oh no, he's still working here. There's been misinformation.
Jesus
He's on
Christ.
vacation.
Silly
That wasn't a farewell party.
Jesus
it was
Christ.
it was a meeting of car people. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, totally.
We had the car people come over here and do stuff. What are you looking at us like that for? I'm also that enemy committed suicide.
Anywho, yeah.
And another enemy committed suicide.
Oh, and
Wait,
by
oh my
the
God,
way,
what's
fun
happening?
fact: if you think Contra has been just another IP that Konami forgot to use recently, not really. Last I checked, the last game in the series was a crappy PSN, Xbox Live exclusive digital game, and then we made a pachinko machine of these two or something.
You know, I never understand Konami. They totally think
Oh
that
no,
pachinko.
it's Frank from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Looks more like Master Blaster.
Yeah. You know, that's the thing about Konami these days. They hype up these games, but then after the commercials end, it turns out to just be pachinko games. I kid you not, they made a whole high-def cutscene trailer and everything for the new Silent Hill game.
What pisses me off the most is that after Phantom Pain, and there's even a trailer that was never released, but now it's online, it's for people to see. What annoys me to no end is that after Phantom Pain, Kojima was planning on using the Fox engine to make a full-blown PS4 HD remake of the first two Metal Gear games, the MSX ones. And that would be so. And David Hayter was gonna come back for those, and I just wanted.
Whoa!
Why? I wanted those remakes of those so much. Don't get me wrong, I love the originals, but damn, it would be so awesome to play those games in HD.
And also,
that reminds me, Pedro. You're wondering why I brought up the Konami code from Metal Gear Solid 5. Well, it's not just the fact that it feels weird to have it omitted, but there's also a big rumor going around that it actually was in Metal Gear Solid 5. It was supposed to be something really awesome, but Konami cut it out as one of the many things, and now there's rumors that they're going to add it in as DLC. Amongst a lot of other stuff.
Are you fucking kidding? Like, Jova, you know me. I'm one of the few people who actually don't mind for a lot of DLC practices, but this is fucking ridiculous.
okay, can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Yes?
Why did you have to remind me of Beyond Thunderdome again?
I actually like that movie.
I like the first half, it's just the second half sucks.
I know that, but still, it's not that bad.
I agree.
And also...
Meanwhile, Jova messaged you on Skype.
Okay, another thing, why did they get Tina Turner?
Celebrity cameo. Just like they took Chris Tucker for the what's the name? That movie with Bruce Willis.
You just made me think of Timmy Turner from the Fairly Odd Parents.
No, The Fifth Element or something.
So meanwhile, we're in Alien Headquarters.
No, it's actually called The Hangar.
Yeah.
I think. Actually, but just like with Castlevania, Contra is one of those series that had a very solid first title on the NES, and then the Super Nintendo sequel was mind-blowing. Trust me, Super Contra is actually way, way better, even better than this. Surprisingly enough, the only Konami game that started badly on the NES was actually Metal Gear, because it was a bad port.
No, that's the thing, that the NES Metal Gear games didn't even have Kojima involved, because they were shitty ports, basically. Hell, the original, it wasn't even just because they were shitty ports. I mean, they flat out altered the story. There's no Metal Gear in the first Metal Gear NES game. How do you make it?
You just have to kill a computer, if I recall.
Yeah, it sucks. Horror.
So which version of Metal Gear are you going to be playing, Pedro?
I'm going to be playing the MSX version, obviously. What?
Thank you. I swear to
God. I'm gonna be playing the version that's on the HD collection.
And now we're in the weird as shit part of Contra that's typical for all the Contra games. The alien level.
What was that?
Yep.
We mean the alien level.
Have you guys played that Contra game on DS?
Oh, you mean Contra 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
I haven't.
Way Forward made it.
It's a good enough game.
Let me check.
And that mouse keeps clapping.
But yeah. Going back to what I was talking about with the DLC, believe it or not, Theo, you know that classic suit of snakes that is usually in every single Metal Gear game.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? That's DLC for Metal Gear 5 too.
Of course.
Of course.
Even though that's never been flipping DLC.
Yeah. The last Contra game that has been made was called Hard Corps Uprising as a digital game, developed by Arc System Works of all people.
I thought you were gonna say Hard Cock or something.
Basically, Joe, the reason I'll be doing the HD version is because Metal Gear 2 port was actually altered. They replaced Because Yoshi
Oh, by
Shinkawa.
all means. Oh, by all means. Oh, by all means. Do the HD ports. It's like, well, they're basically like the old versions, just with upscaled graphics.
No, and not just that, actually. The Metal Gear 2's sprite portraits have been altered to feature actual illustrations from Yoshi Shinkawa, the art director for the Metal Gear series. He only joined the series in the first Metal Gear Solid, so because of that, Solid Snake looks nothing like the Snake we know. So, so when it came to porting the original MSX game, they okay, Yoshi Shinkawa makes some 8-bit portraits so that Snake actually looks like Snake.
Ow.
Now that's
there.
Now that's an 8-bit HD remake that's done to a T.
I
We're
guess we're
almost
gonna have
there.
a heart attack over this, aren't we?
Oh boy.
We're facing a human intestine.
Sure, why not?
No, it's actually an alien heart.
It looks like human intestine with 2 balls. Ah ha 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 ha.
Of course.
Darkstar.
I cannot live without my puns.
He's trying to take the pod title away from Ted.
Yep. But yeah, as you can see, the game is not that difficult, but it can be challenging.
Honestly, as our playthroughs have proved, Roberta Williams was already doing that before Ted made it cool.
There we go. That's the end of the game.
Oh.
And now we are going to see the ending message and the credits, and then
Can I have the
something.
ending message?
Go ahead.
Congratulations! You've destroyed the vile Red Falcon and saved the universe. Consider yourself a hero.
An American
okay.
hero.
Thank you, I guess.
Thank you.
Is that it?
You've all been a wonderful audience.
That's
Tune
it
in
yet.
next time. Oh, right. Our staff.
Programmers.
You know what I wish more games would do? Like,
What?
Oh yeah, like Chrono Trigger, like actually give you like a reward for like getting the most hardest difficult challenge and actually put your name in the credits as a reward.
Anyway, final thoughts? Might as well.
I'll go
Sure.
first. It's a great game. I remember playing this as a kid, actually.
Did you play it in the arcades?
No,
I don't
he's too
remember.
young. He's too young for
no,
that. He's too young for that.
No, I didn't. I played it console-wise. But oh boy, was this game one of my favorite challenges back then.
If I remember correctly, they added homing missiles in later games.
Yes, they did. But I have to say, Mako, this was action-packed for the time. It was nice. It didn't talk down to you like you were a kid. It just like sent you right into the fray, saying, "Okay, you're the player now. It's up to you to deal with it." And it feels like one of the most pristine games in that
Oh
regard.
no, we've looped back to the beginning.
No.
You've entered a time loop. It's
Damn it, Darkstar, you caused a time paradox.
Dun, 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 dun. We hope you enjoyed this run, and we'll see you in our next playthroughs.
See you, everybody.
For
Okay.
Contra, man.
Bye.